All right, I want to first thank Doug and Joe Hagman, also Brian Haggerty, and the Vegan Warrior for turning me on to these videos here. So I hope this will kind of let you guys know what I'm thinking.
Well, let me ask you this: the switch from analog to digital, which was what? How many years ago, Dan? You probably
I
remember.
don't
You
know,
had
but
an idea.
I like the analog a heck of a lot more than I like digital. But that's just of course I like rotary phones better than anyway.
And we got this question for us in an email. Somebody wanted to know if the switch from analog to digital was done to um, better be able to spy and use these spy tools. Any thoughts on that or
Are we
insight?
talking about the TV airways
Mm-hmm.
over the
Everything.
air television? Um, I believe when that happened, that was like somewhere around 2010. The frequency that the analog was running over, the government wanted to use that for something else, I think, and that's why they switched over to digital. I may be wrong, but it was like one of those things that there's only so many channels of frequencies that can go over the air, and they wanted to use those frequencies for something else. I think may be wrong in that. There may be somebody listening to this and yelling, "No, you're wrong," but that's what I remember.
No, I'm not yelling. You're wrong.
Helpful comment says, "What is the Mandela effect?" All right. Well, the Mandela effect right now is probably one of the fastest growing topics on YouTube, and it's actually been around since 2010. It's something that I only heard about and discovered for the first time, I'd say, about maybe about 8 months ago. What it refers to, it's a name given to the phenomena that many people seem to be experiencing, whereby something they remember being a certain way, whether it's lines from a movie, lines from a song, whether it be a logo of a company, or even a scene from a movie, or anything in particular, that many, many people remember it being a certain way, and all of a sudden, for some reason now, it is mysteriously changed into something else, whether the spelling has changed, the logo has changed. And it's not just that one person remembers it a specific way, it's that many, 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 many people have been reporting this effect. Now, those of you who know me and who watch me regularly know that, right, the Berenstain Bears, right, exactly, that is one of them. That's one of many. And those of you who watch me regularly, as you know, I'm actually a very scientific thinker. I'm a critical thinker, very logical, very much like Mr. Spock from Star Trek. But and I analyze this from a very critical thinking point of view, which we need to do that with anything. Now, when it comes to understanding memory, and thank you, by the way, for the likes, everybody. When it comes to understanding memory and the way memory works, our memory is actually very unreliable. Frankly, it is not what people think it is. People don't realize their memory is so poor. When we remember something, it's not as if our brain is replaying, let's say, a videotape of what happened in the past. It actually has to reconstruct it. And so many things, but whether it be time, whether it be personal biases, or whether it be opinions, no matter what it may be, will always impact the manner in which we remember something. Now, that was the first approach I had taken to the Mandela effect. I looked at some of the evidence, like the Berenstain Bears. I always remember them being the Berenstain Bears, so that didn't impact me. When it came to certain other things they were showing as examples, I either A, didn't remember enough about them to really give it any thought, or B, remembered them the way that they always were for me, and I didn't see any change. All right, so here's where we go with this. So since we're hopefully, I realize that I'm on a new hashtag. I realize we have so few people in here right now, but
Okay, well, I basically wanted to get the first point out there that he said it started in 2010. This guy, Andrew Kerr, he's a tech person, said that in 2010 he thought that the government wanted to do something else with the band of frequencies that the analog signals were being broadcast on. Now we come to patent US 5159703. So again, this was old technology, 1992, applied to stuff developed in the future. And so the objects of the invention are A, to provide a technique for producing a subliminal presentation which is inaudible to the listeners, yet is perceived and demodulated or decoded by the ear for use by the subconscious mind. So see, they can just jack this stuff straight into your you subconsciously, and it's already there for you to access when you need it. It's already floating around in there. And then to provide a technique for transmitting inaudible subliminal information to the listeners at a constant high level of signal strength and on a clear band of frequencies. So again, I mean, just think about this. We're all in we got cell towers all over the place. Everybody's blasting Wi-Fi. I mean, they could be downloading information into us all the time. Looking at screens, any of it, And anyway, so I just wanted to, get us to start thinking again about some of the possibilities of how these things are happening, and maybe some ways to, I don't know if prevent it or what is the right word, but I do think that fluoride and the geoengineering that's going on plays into this. I'm sure there's lots of stuff, but here it is. I just kind of, it just seems like we've all kind of hit a block here with kind of rolling over the same thing with CERN, or we're vibrating to another dimension or stuff like that, which
loosen and relaxing, sleep, deep sleep, oh, and a deeper sleep, like a rag doll, every muscle, loosen, just like a bundle of rags, loosen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep drifting down deeper and deeper. With each and every breath you take, let every muscle loosen and unwind. Many people report they can feel the muscles in their feet and legs loosening and relaxing. A lot of people say they can feel the tension just draining out of the bottoms of their feet. Let yourselves relax deeper and deeper with each and every breath you take. Deeper and deeper with each and every breath you take. So relaxed and so comfortable. And I know you're feeling relaxed and comfortable now. However, I'm going to show you a way in which you can become 10 times more relaxed. 10 times more relaxed than you are right now. And here's how we're going to do that. In just a minute, I'm going to start slowly counting backwards from 5 down to 1. And with every number I count, it's going to take you deeper into this wonderful relaxation. You're going to feel your muscles loosening and relaxing, getting more comfortable, more relaxed, more unwound, so deep, so relaxed, that by the time I reach the number 1, now, every single muscle from the top of your heads to the tips of your toes is going to be totally, deeply, completely in this room really well. Do you have a friend or an associate that you know very, very well?
Yes.
Would you point to that person?
Lori.
Where is she? Ma'am, would you stand up for just a moment, please? Would you honestly tell this young lady what her name is?
Carl.
What's your name? Bet $500 on it? Before you bet.
Lori, don't you know my name?
Is that her briefcase or purse or whatever? Did you bring a purse with you, ma'am, identification? Would you have any objections to your friends bringing your purse or up here for identification? I want you to take a look at your driver's license and tell me what it says. I thought you were thirsty. Extreme. If I gave you $20, would you take a drink? You just can't what? Can't. Don't know where your mouth is. I think this guy's in hypnosis. What does your driver's license say?
Carol.
Says Carol. Is that your picture?
Yes.
Is that your last name? Is that your last name?
Well,
Okay. Is that your address? Is that where you live?
yes.
Okay, so what's your name?